Bad data is a complaint everybody makes and almost nobody defines. We priced and tested enough contact lists on this channel to boil it down to 6 checkable signals. Not vibes, not vendor reputation, 6 things you can actually verify before you send a single email. Miss any one of them and the list looks fine on export and falls apart the moment it hits a real inbox. Start with why Signal won't exist at all. Per Gartner's research, cited in Forbes reporting on the B2B data decay problem, contact data decays as fast as 70.3% a year. People change jobs, companies get acquired, phone numbers get reassigned, constantly, not occasionally, and not on a schedule any vendor controls. A list that was accurate in January is a different list by the time you actually send in October, and no vendor's database is exempt from that clock, no matter how good its initial accuracy claim sounds on the pricing page. So the first 3 signals are about timing and honesty, not volume. First, was this contact verified right before delivery, or is it a static export that's been sitting in a database for months waiting for someone to buy it? Given how fast the underlying data moves, verification age matters as much as the verification method itself. Second, does the vendor tell you which addresses are catch-all or role-based, domains that accept every address thrown at them, which means verified can mean nothing more than the domain didn't reject it outright. Third, basic format and domain validation. Does the address parse correctly, and does the domain actually have mail servers configured to receive anything at all, versus a domain that simply exists? Skip any of these 3 and the rest of the list doesn't matter because none of them catch the same failure. Here's why all 3 matter enough to build a whole test around. Per Amazon's own simple email service documentation, if the bounce or complaint rates for your account are too high, we might place your account under review or pause your account's ability to send email. That's not a vendor threatening you, that's the infrastructure layer underneath every sending tool, stating plainly that a list's failure becomes your problem, measured against your account, not the vendor's. The other 3 signals are about structure and origin, and they're easier to miss because they don't show up as a bounce on day 1. Fourth, does the record actually match across fields, name, title, and company agreeing with the email domain? Or is it a scraped assembly where the email was found on one page and the title on another, stitched together by an algorithm that never checked whether they belong to the same person? Fifth, can the vendor tell you where the contact came from and under what basis it's held versus a list with no traceable origin at all, which is a compliance problem long before it's a deliverability one? Sixth, given that 70% plus annual decay rate, how often does the vendor actually re-verify a contact that's sitting unsold in its database rather than just at the moment you happen to buy it? A database that's confirmed once and never touched again is quietly rotting between sales. Line those 6 up and the practical difference is stark even though both lists can arrive in the exact same spreadsheet format. Bad data looks like this. Verified once, on a date nobody tells you, catch-all domains marked the same as confirmed inboxes. Fields that technically parse but don't actually match each other, and no visible source you could check even if you wanted to. Good data looks like this. Verified at the moment of delivery, not months before. Catch-all and role-based addresses flagged, not hidden inside the same verified label. Multi-field matching that catches assembly errors before you do, and a documented checkable source. Same columns, same file type, very different list underneath it. Our verdict: the fastest way to judge a data vendor isn't the accuracy percentage on its homepage, it's whether it will show you these 6 things without you having to ask for them. A vendor with nothing to hide on freshness, catch-all flags, field matching, and source will usually tell you upfront. A vendor that only wants to talk about its headline accuracy number is usually hiding at least one of the other 5. In the stack we run, Quarvio verifies at delivery and flags catch-all and role-based addresses instead of burying them inside the same verified claim, which is exactly the standard this video just laid out. Instantly handles the sending and warm-up once the list clears that bar. Informail keeps the inboxes and authentication clean underneath. AimFox runs LinkedIn outreach in parallel off the email domain entirely. Check the 6 signals before you check the price.